Again, I appreciate you, Amnon, for having your photo up. Y'all might be at work, so I understand. I get it because a lot of us are on different time zones. Like I'm Central Time, so you may be on the West Coast, which you guys are 2 hours behind us. Man, I kind of like that 2 hours. Time be going so fast. You can't keep up with it. But so if you were joining my room on Cali time, it would actually be um, right now. It would actually be probably noon time for you if you're on Cali, like maybe 12:41 or so, and that's definitely a difference. Come on, Amnon. I did send you an invite. Perfect. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Can you hear me?
Um, I can hear you now. I had to turn my volume up. Sometimes when you just get to the stage, it may take some time to adjust. But yeah, welcome to Fanbase.
Oh, thank you.
So we are streaming right now. Did you want to be a part of the live stream? We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, and we're on I believe I did YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. I love my LinkedIn community. So I definitely wanted them to see what I actually do here on Fanbase. A lot of times we are not able to reach the audiences that we really want to reach. So I think live streaming and broadcasting is like the perfect alternative to get the word off. And I'm a storyteller, I'm an author, and I'm actually a shy girl. Yes, I am shy, right? I have a whole book, Memoirs of a Shy Girl, to prove it. So that's my spew. But Amnon, did you want to let me know a little bit about how you found out about Fanbase? I would appreciate it.
About fan base.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
well, when they were talking about banning TikTok, I think fan base came across. I saw one of the advertisements, and I just kind of went to it and signed up for it right then. But I like the fact that it was a black-owned company, um, more than anything. And I had a couple of questions about investments. You know, I'm not sure because I missed the whole thing. I'm not sure what all you discussed because I just got into it. But is Fanbase like a IPO company where they're accepting uh, shares to buy into shares, and then they're in the future planning on going public, or does anyone know?
Well, Amnon, um, we do have a Invest Town Hall that's every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. So you did miss that one, but you're in the perfect room because I also have streamed the very last one. But I can answer some very general questions because I don't work for Fanbase, just a disclosure. I am an
Okay.
investor, of course, and I'm a fan ambassador of Fanbase. So I will be able to let you know it is pre-IPO. Um, they had a great um, interview with Start Engine, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with Start Engine or not,
I
but
am.
Kevin O'Leary is the spokesperson for Start Engine. So Isaac was able to have a conversation based off of Start Engine, the crowdfunding source that Fanbase uses. So Start Engine is all of the things on Start Engine are all pre-IPO. That means you can go on there now. Start Engine is even, I believe, doing their own crowdfunding raise as well. So yeah, that's definitely where Fanbase is as far as pre-IPO. So in the investment world, that happens and pricing and marketplace happens once it becomes public, which it is not. So I hope that's kind of the general information. So
Right.
um, other than that, how
Uh,
long have you been on Fanbase?
like a month or two, but I haven't really been on it. I've just signed up for it, and I don't really be on social media as much.
I see. Cool. So I did notice that you say you're a content creator, an entrepreneur. You have several different hats there. What do you think that you will benefit from being on Fanbase? What do you feel that's going to be different than TikTok and
Uh, I think the audience is going to be a little different. Because I did go on one of the lives that Fanbase had, and I think it's called a chat room or a live room.
yeah, the lives? Yes, they do have they enhance the lives. So you went
Right.
live on video, the lives?
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't go. I just came up on someone's like this one. And had a discussion, and from there, I think like 20 people was following me, and I followed them. And I basically think that the topics that we were discussing at the time, it has more substance than a lot of stuff that I see on TikTok. So I kind of went back this way.
Okay, that's fair. Now, I'm not going to say there it depends where you go because
I know.
everywhere you go on social media, you're going to get a little bit of everything else. So fan
I
base is
understand.
no difference from that.
I understand.
But I find that I like to be the change that I want to see.
Right.
So I'm going to create those spaces that, like I'm doing now, which is my onboarding room that I have just to showcase that we're not all, what do they call it, a monolith? We don't all do the same thing. Some people like to be in more educational rooms. Some people just want to get on and laugh and crack up and have fun. But I
Right.
think time management is so important. So sometimes we don't have enough time to do those giggles and laughs because there's so much else going on while we're laughing. So I like to concentrate on those rooms that kind of are edifying and give value
Right. I
with my
prefer that.
time.
I prefer that too. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm not wasting my time as much that way. But to each his
Yes.
own, because I know that fan base doesn't limit people's content.
Right. Yes. That's the whole
And
motto. Be you without limitations. That's
right.
exactly their motto.
Yeah. And
But
they have no restrictions.
huh?
Does fan base have restrictions that you know of? Like because on
Well,
other platforms
that's
they can't say certain words.
oh no, there's no limitations like that. You have freedom of speech for sure. Now there is a terms of use like all apps have user agreement. We all know,
Right.
make sure that you read those because I think a lot of times we're just not reading so that we know what to expect, but at the same time being able to understand what those terms actually mean. That's another one. Because
Right.
I think way back when Google even got Google and got as popular as it was, we didn't understand when we got on the website what we actually was signing up for. We didn't know that, there was a bit of percentage of our privacy we was giving away. Some people did though. Some people fought against getting on the web because they thought, having smartphones, all these things is going to take away from our privacy. And
Right.
it did. It definitely did. Our privacy, it took away a lot. I mean, right now, you don't think
I
it
didn't
took
mean to
away
do that.
a
I do.
lot? Oh, your thumb went down instead of up,
Yeah,
though. I
that
don't
was a
know.
mistake.
There might
That
be
was
a
a mistake.
glitch.
That
Huh?
was a mistake. I flipped over running and I was like, oh, I didn't mean to do that.
You know what? I did that too before. And let me tell you, I'll be like, can I take that back?
Yeah, I was trying to take it back because I was looking for the mute. I was trying to mute myself while you were talking, and it went a thumbs down. I don't.
It's always so funny when that happens, but I appreciate you for coming up here, Stanley. I don't know if you guys want to come. We got about 10 more minutes left of this room. I don't know if you want to share anything else with us, Amnet, at all. If you have any plans to open a camp, what the name of the camp will be? Have you thought that far, or just like what you think you're gonna do? You in the audio rooms for the most part?
I'm not sure yet. I'm still debating on what I'm gonna do as far as social media. But you see, I put
Okay.
content. You see, I put content creator because that's my plan in the future. It's not that I'm creating content right now, even though I create content all the time for educational purposes. Because my
I
wife
got
and I, and we have private schools, so I just want to keep going in that direction
that
with
sounds like
information.
that's all good. That sounds like a plan. I'm gonna look in the chat. I thought there's something. Um, oh, okay, we already answered that question. So Stanley, um, Lil Embridge, you guys should come up. Don't be shy now. We got 9 more minutes left of the room. Amnon has graciously came to the stage. He wasn't shy, and I appreciate you for that.
You're welcome.
And I hope you joined the camp. Again, like I said, I'm here Monday through Friday,
Okay.
1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Central Time, and I'm usually playing replays of the current fan base audio rooms. They have Monday Morning Marketing, which is an Atlanta's view of the marketing industry, and it's hosted
Okay.
by Nick Love, and Isaac Hayes makes guest appearances along with Gary as well. So it's basically Nick Love's family and friends in Atlanta, and they have some pretty good rooms. The last one was I think his name is Titty Boy to Two Chains, I think was the conversation. If y'all in the music industry, you probably know what that means. I didn't know too much about what it meant. So when I
I don't.
joined, I kind of, huh?
I don't.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those Atlanta things. And then I think they were trying to say rebranding was kind of like the title about rebranding yourself. So it's interesting. Personal brand versus your business brand. So that was really interesting because I think they both go hand in hand.
Right.
Um, that's why when you're in these social spaces, people don't recognize if you do have a business and you're not moving accordingly, people are going to take it, they may not want to buy from you. I've seen that happen a lot in social spaces. They're like, you see the way they act in that audio room? I'm not buying from them. That's
Yeah, that's
real.
good. Yeah. A lot of people are timid on social spaces too, with just trusting that they're dealing with the people who they believe that they're dealing with, because they find out that there's someone completely different later on. So people are really timid. There's so much fraud going on.
You're right. I'm in merchant services. So I actually do credit checks and do all these things. And you'd be surprised how many people are creating fake um, license form, license, business license. And there's so much fake things being created. Now with AI, imagine all of the things that are created. And now you got to go and try and cipher through all of that just to find a real customer. So,
Right.
yeah, it's true. One minute they say, be transparent, but then the next minute you got fraud occurring. So people are copying your profiles and your pages and doing all of these things. Hence is why it's important to try and present the most verifiable profile, digital profile you can. Because
Right.
people like me that have to verify your authenticity and approve your credit or not approve is going to be based on those things. You know what I mean? If I can't
Now,
verify you, how can I approve you to take money or use money or transact? It's like
correct.
make it make sense, you know? But
And maybe a fan base comes up with some kind of solution to verify the users and their accounts, and make it where no one can recreate that account with those same profile pictures. Because that's what they do. They'll take your profile picture and they'll create another account, and they'll communicate with people like they're communicating, that you're communicating, and it's not even you. It's a completely different account.
exactly. So this is where We had a conversation in the room earlier, and I'll just close with this. And I love these kinds of conversations, but it was Jonathan. Shout out to Jonathan on the app. So if you ever in his spaces, sit back and check him out because he be saying some really impactful, thought provoking questions that people, based off their comments, you can learn a lot about them. So his question was, what's the difference between which would you choose to have, victory or safety? If you could only pick one, which one would you pick? And that's an interesting conversation because I believe both of them are subjective. One's
Hmm.
victory doesn't mean that's another one's victory. And safety is subjective because what it makes you feel safe doesn't necessarily make me feel safe. But it's
Correct.
thought provoking, right? It's
Yeah.
one that will lead you to thinking, okay, what would your answer be? So, with that being said, what would your answer be?
Probably victory.
Okay, and you say why you would want victory?
Because uh, first of all, I'm not a fearful person. So my safety, I'm gonna protect myself as much as I possibly can. And so with victory, I'm gonna um complete all the means possible that I will be safe and everything above.
I like that answer. And
My
that's
victory makes me safe.
see, that's what I'm, you know what is so that's why I'm saying it's thought provoking because my thought was in this world that we live in now with AI, that's what they need is more security because to me safety is security, right? So
Yeah,
security means what protections are you going to put to make me feel like if I give you my driver's license, all these other people won't have it. That's security, that's safety. You know what I mean? So now you
and
need to protect my data.
yeah,
So you see how in this digital world it means a lot differently when it comes to safety because that's all we have right now is these profiles and these
right.
pictures and the images online. But how can you tell that I'm a good person just by what you see online? Can you tell?
You really can't tell.
How would you be able to tell? How do you conduct a business if you don't know who this person is? How can you accept
It's
that
very,
sales from that person if you don't know who they are?
it's difficult. You wouldn't.
But because of the software and credit checking tools, and AKA other things such as background checks, now we're able to see who you really are further than
Right,
that
and that's a good thing.
application, that image that you are portraying. So it gets real deep. So it was a
Yeah.
good conversation. I like those kinds of conversations, but I appreciate you for being here again, Amnon. Hey,
All
Dr.
right.
Love, well, we're just about to close out. It is about 2 minutes till time to go, but I want to go ahead and see if I can replay this to close out with this fan base for because I really like the message behind it. Did you have anything else you want to say, Amnon?
No, that's it.
All right, then. Well, I appreciate you for being here, and I'm gonna go ahead and close off with this fan base forward. Let me see. Sometimes when you fast forward it doesn't always work. Let's see.
Okay, looks like a little staticky, but thank you for listening. This was Memoirs Onboarding Be You Without Limits. Again, I'm available Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Central. Join the Fanbase audio room. Listen on the web at fanbase.app/audio and look for Welcome Onboarding Room or check out some other great rooms on Fanbase. Tuta love.